All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our San Jose Sharks. In the year 4 offseason, about to get to year 5, I'd like to get at least 1 or 2 months of simulating done in this video, but we still have some team building to do, so nothing, no promises, all right? So in the last video, I was asking you guys, what we need. I was showing you our team, and again, the rumors to well, not the rumors, but the suggestions to trade away Wheeler and Pavelski. They're not going away, which I can kind of understand. But Pavelski is staying on our team this year, no matter what. He's had, I think, back-to-back 30-goal years during the regular season. Let's see, 36 goals, 29 goals last year, only 16 assists. The second line kind of slowed down a little bit. But the reason I want to hold on to Pavelski is because he's got 2 years left. You play him 1 year, and then you can trade him at next year's offseason when he's 33 years old, all right? He's our second-line center. He's perfect. Blake Wheeler, same thing. He's got 2 years left, so I wouldn't mind using Blake Wheeler this year if we can somehow make it work, but I also would not be opposed to trading him away. All right, but you can just see how we actually have a pretty good contract set up for this year to use all these players, and then if it doesn't work, we can trade them away next year. Gallagher, I want to hold on to. I want to give him the chance to hit 27 years old and see what he turns out to be. I think he could still be a good second liner or an out of this world third liner, but it all depends on what his contract is this year. And if we don't like the contract, we can tender qualifying offer and trade him, just like Pavelski, just like Wheeler. All right, so the future is still. It's still not, set in stone with our team. We have Jamie Benn and Logan who we want to go into the future with. But everywhere else, it's still up in the air, all right? And William Nylander, we really got to see if this guy's going to jump. So I don't want to make any Wheeler trades or anything right now. I want to wait to the end of free agency to see what kind of jumps my team get and then make the decision. But there's still a few things that we can do. We need that third-line center and that fourth-line center. I saw some comments from people saying to, sign Patrick Sharp, sign Jake Gardner. We really can't afford to sign these kind of names in free agency now because we only have $5 million. We already have a lot of salary cap tied up in like 3-4 players, right? And if I was going to sign Jake Gardner, I'd want to sign him to like a 1-year deal so I can offer him a better deal next year. And look how much he wants now, 7.3. 2-year deal, 6.2, right? It's too much money to go to that player, way too much. So I'm not going to be getting any stars, but I would like to get a forward, 2 centers. And there's definitely perfect third-line centers and fourth-line centers here for us. So Brodziak is 33 years old. He's got, I'm looking at the defensive categories now. Skating 4, physical 4, defense 4, and a face-offs of 75, poise of 80, so that's not bad. LeBlanc, skating 4, physical's only 2.5 star, right? Now remember, our third line last year did not do the greatest. I want to get more defensive players for the third line. I want our third and fourth line to be plus players. They don't need to get all the points in the world, so I don't like LeBlanc's physical category there. He's more of an offensive player, so I don't want to get LeBlanc. Fisher, yeah, he's not bad, but I think Brodziak would be the best bet. He's actually cheaper as well. Unless if I give Brodziak 1 year, he might want like $3 million. And Trevor Lewis, Trevor Lewis has got not bad for the fourth line if I want to use him on the fourth line. So I think Trevor Lewis and Brodziak would be the best two. And we can definitely afford that. So let me just see. Yeah, he wants like $3 million if I offer him a 1-year deal. So I'll offer him a 2-year deal. All right, just so we can maybe trade him at the end. 2.85. There you go for 2 years for Brodziak, and Lewis will give a 2-year deal, at 2.50. There you go. All right, so that should be okay for salary cap, and we also have Jack Campbell to deal with. I want to see how much salary cap I have available. You guys were saying that I should use Jack Campbell, not trade him away. Well, we'll see what happens here. Nylander and a first for Cronwall. I'm going to decline that. So apparently my trading block recognizes the fact that we need a first-line defenseman as well, our top 2 defensemen as well. So that is something that we need to look at, but that's something that I want to trade for at the beginning in preseason because I would use Nylander to trade, right, if he doesn't get the jump. If he does get the jump, I want to use him, but if not this year, then I think it's time to trade him. So Trevor Lewis is on our team, and Brodziak is on our team. And we still have $1.2 million of cap space, so that's actually perfect because now I can hit 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't have to trade away Ryan Miller to re-sign Jack Campbell because I think with 1 year he only wanted... 2 years he wants 3.2, but 1 year he wants 1.5. Well, I actually can't offer him that. I thought he only wanted like 1.1. So we can't re-sign Jack Campbell. Let's see what his stats look like. 3.5, 4, 4. He's not good enough to play the regular season by himself, like with a backup with Ernest Shirelli and Campbell. I want to make the playoffs this year, and that's why we have the Ryan Miller, all right? Because he's got 4, 4.5, and 4.5, and his poise is at 85. So I'm not going to trade away Ryan Miller. I think we got to just trade away Jack Campbell. Or we can hold on to him and see if another team doesn't sign him. But I think if we trade him, we might be able to get something back for him. Hang on a sec. Let's see. What his trade value is like. I wouldn't mind holding on to him, but actually his trade value is not really that much. So let's hold on to him. Let's not move him, because if no team signs him and we still have him on our team, then I'll be able to trade him at preseason, but after the jump that he hopefully gets, and maybe his trade value will go up just a little bit. We don't need to go up to like halfway or a quarter, but just a little bit more. And if another team signs him, another team signs him. I can't do much about it. All right, so we traded away Joakim Anderson. We also got rid of Jay McClement retired, but we replaced our third-line center and our fourth-line center with Brodziak and Lewis, two defensive-minded players. McClement was definitely defensive-minded, but Joakim Anderson, he was the two-way forward, and he had some offensive touch. He had like an offensive awareness of like 85 or an 86 or 84, something like that. I think Brodziak is like 82 or 81, so they're more, defensive orientated players, and I just want the third or fourth line to stay even or positive in the plus categories. I guarantee you our first line is going to get goals this year. It has to, with Jamie Benn, Logan, and Kucherov. All right, and Kucherov's going to get the jump as well. All right, so yeah, he's telling me about Jack Campbell that I don't have him signed yet because he's still a restricted free agent, but it doesn't look like any other team has signed him. Now if you look at the top free agents, he's starting to get to the top, 80 overall. Now he is at the top, so he might get signed here now. A team might decide we need a backup goalie and sign him to like a 1-year, $1.5 million deal. Let's see if hopefully. I have. Hang on. I think I have too few goalies on my team. I think I have to re-sign a goalie. Let me just see my goalie situation. Do I only have 2 goalies? Yeah, I only have 2 goalies signed because Jack Campbell technically is not signed, right? So we need to get at least another goalie in there. So that's fine. We can do that. I'll just sign a free agent goalie to a 2-way deal. That's not a problem at all. Oh, fuck, I went to progress reports. Hang on. Free agency. Yep, free agency. Unrestricted free agent goaltenders. Darcy Kumper. That's the guy on, what is he on? Minnesota, right? Something like that. I'll give him a one-year deal, 2-way at 0.750. There you go. All right. Yeah, that should be enough. There you go. Hopefully he gets signed before it automatically re-signs somebody. Come on, Darcy. Who else is going to sign you? Just accept. There you go. All right, so Darcy's on the team. So let's go up to the 16th of September. That's when or 14th or 16th, one of them. That's when the preseason should start, and we can decide what the trade should be. Now, I did want to get your guys' opinions on the trading because Nylander, right? That's going to be the big thing, but I mean, I don't really want to stretch this video out and make nothing happen right now. I think I can make a trade or two if I see it. Now, I always do that because it's just what I automatically do in my own GM modes because I never do scouting after like the first 3 years. It becomes useless except for the top 5 picks. And I know we had a top 7 pick or top 6 picks last year, but I don't think we're going to have another one this year. So Talander, a sniper on the left wing, offensive defenseman from Russia, and actually 2 from Ukraine, sorry, and Andrei Kasparaitis from Russia, all right? So there you go. You got some offensive defensemen coming into the league and 2 goaltenders. All right, so we'll go with this forwards WHL. That's what I actually did. We'll scout that sniper there. All right. So the Islanders are shopping around Patrick Sharp after signing him in free agency. That makes sense. I guess Garceau is still the GM over there. All right, there you go. Turn off all this crap. All right. So let us see what our team looks like with the line changes, with all that good stuff. Let's see what team we bring to the table this year. All right, so goaltenders. Shirelli is now 87 overall. He's listed as a starter, but he still has the puck control category as 3-star and athletic category as 3.5-star. So he's good, but I'm glad that we have Ryan Miller this year. And I don't know. I think we should leave automated goalie rotations off for a month. give Chiarelli the chance, but if we notice the second that he's not getting good stats, I'm not going to let us get to like 15 losses again before I make a decision. If we get it to like 5 regulation losses before we start to win games, I'll go with Ryan Miller the whole year. But I want to see if Ernest Chiarelli can do something. He did jump. He's 87 overall, right? But we got Ryan Miller as our backup goalie now. So, I mean, he's listed as, oh, you know what? Actually, no, I take that back. Yeah. He was already going to be sitting on the bench. So Shattenkirk, 87 overall. That was a big flop. Vlasic, all right. Dylan, he got a little bit of a jump. Defensive defenseman, that's good. Fowler, looks like he stayed at 84 overall. I think he lost some of his offensive categories. Falk, all right. And Honka's jumped up to 84 overall. Damn, Honka's defensive category is 5-star. He's not much of a physical player, but he's an offensive defenseman. That's good. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our defensive core would look a lot nicer with the top 2, though. I'll say that. We might have Brendan Lemieux coming up to our team this year. He's got a hell of a shot. Offensive awareness 89. I think that's why his overall it's got stunted a little bit. We'll see what happens with them. We'll bring them. Oh, no, I have too many players. All right, that's fine. So let's see what we got here. McLaren, Sabatka, Kucherov, he's up at 85. So 2 more years of getting better for Kucherov, but I think he's going to have a good year with that shot. Pavelski, Palmieri, Silfverberg, blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, let me just, if we want to trade some forwards here, we have Brendan Lemieux and McLaren who can come up for depth. So a 3rd liner or a 4th liner if we want to trade our depth just to get another player, like 2 players for 1. We at least have the depth that we can replace them. All right. Now, when it comes to the AHL, let me just see our prospect players. So Nylander, see what I mean? Only 67 overall. Boys, this is the roster update before he starts to get really good. I don't care. I have seen Nylander been drafted by computer teams, and he has never played an AHL game, and I've looked at his stats, and all of a sudden he's 86 overall and yet to play a single AHL or NHL game. So I don't buy that I haven't played him in the NHL. He is just not... He's slowly getting better. It's not like the roster updates where they improved all these players, all right? Adam Ernie, 71 overall, so he's slowly getting better. I wouldn't mind holding on to him. But I think we can trade away William Nylander. I think Kucherov has completely replaced Nylander, all right? You're looking at another, like, how old is he, 21? I'd say don't expect him to be NHL ready till he's 24. So you're looking at this year, next year, and maybe a whole other year after that where he doesn't even play in the NHL, right? So... yeah, I think definitely we can trade him for a top 2 defenseman. All right, so that's, I don't want to say it's good news because I would have liked to use him on the team, Kucherov and Nylander right then and there, but that's not the end of the world. So we'll just look at our team right now. We got Logan with Jamie Benn and Nikita Kucherov in that first line. So playmaker, sniper. I've gone with what you guys have said. Completely offensive line, all right? Second line, though, this is what I was thinking about. Now, hear me out. I was thinking about going, because last year we did the, where was it? Gallagher, Silfverberg, and Pavelski, right, on that second line. And they started off great, but they didn't have the greatest end to the year. Now, the year before that, 66 points, right? Pavelski had, what did he have? 75 points. And Silfverberg had, 54 points. So 2 years ago, this second line had a great year. Last year, they kind of fell off a little bit. Now, should we keep them together, give them a chance? Or, what I was thinking we should go with, if you look at Silfverberg's stats, right? Not bad. But as a sniper, he's got 3 86s in that shooting category, which, it's not the greatest. Puck skills, 4-star. Senses, 3.5-star. His defensive category is 89 overall, which is great, right? But he's a guy who I'm looking at as a trading asset. Or as a third liner, if we wanted to go, Joe Pavelski, Blake Wheeler, and Brendan Gallagher. What this does is 2 power forwards and a 2-way forward. Maybe if you put the power forwards with each other, they're more of a power forward line, grittier line altogether, and they really they play better with each other. Maybe it's just a hunch that I'm going on, right? Wheeler, Gallagher, and Pavelski. So you got the playmakers and the sniper, then the 2 power forwards with the 2-way forward on the second line, right? So you go offense, then you go size. And then the third line, you can go Brodziak, Palmieri, and Silfverberg now on the third line to give that third line a little bit of depth goal scoring with Palmieri, who's also pretty good offensively, right? And Brodziak in the middle. But do we want to do that? Do we want to have offense on the third line? Because we had that last year, and that might have been a problem, right? So that's where I mean we have too many forwards, because we can go with Silverberg, Wheeler, and Pavelski. I don't know if that would work. I'd rather hold on to Gallagher. He's 25 years old, Green Star potential. Even if he caps off right now, he's a perfect second or third line player. And he's also wouldn't ask for that much cap, right? So I like Gallagher on this team. I also like Silverberg, but I just don't know if this line will work again, right? This line of Silverberg, Pavelski, and Gallagher. And I don't want to, I wouldn't mind trying it, but I was thinking of going Gallagher, Pavelski, Wheeler, just as a nice, gritty second line. Silverberg, Brodziak, Palmieri, Sabatka, Lewis, and King. Or we can use Silverberg in the trade with Nylander and a defenseman for a top two guy. All right, so that's what I'm thinking about. So I'll just leave it right there. Now, defenseman, Shattenkirk and Fowler. Let me just get my defenseman that I know I want to keep here. Because even though they dropped, that means that I'll be able to sign them for pretty good contracts because they're not top two defensemen. I think Vlasic, I think it might be time for him to go. He's a good player, but just the age, like 30 years old, you know, we're turning into a younger team here. Because Falk is 25. Shattenkirk, I think, is our veteran at 28. Fowler is like 25, I think. Yeah, 25. Vlasic is 30 now. Falk is what-handedness? Sorry. Right-handed, yeah, so that works there. Honka, I think we should give a chance. I mean, maybe he should come up here, right, with Falk. So two offensive defensemen, two-way, and then Vlasic with Dylan. He's going to stay on the top six. Even though his stats went up a little bit, it's physical and defense that raises his overall. His poise is 75, his offensive awareness 82. You know, I'm going to use him on the top six. He's left-handed. All right, so yeah, if we're going to get a top two defenseman, I think you go Honka on the third line for this year, Fowler right here, and then you trade away Vlasic, and you play alongside of Shattenkirk. And then in a year or two, we decide, do we go with Fowler or do we go with Honka, right? And I think that comes up in a year or two. But I think for this year, you can get away with using them there, and then, you know, use them both on the power play. So I wouldn't mind going with that bottom four right there, and then Shattenkirk with a left-handed first-line defenseman. And I think that would help out our team. So I'll try it out. You know what? We actually might not get any simulating done in this video. I really do want you guys to get in on this. But I don't want to just have another video where nothing happens. So you know what? I'll go through the trading block. If there's a defenseman that I see that is just perfect, I'll make the trade. But if I see two or three, I might just end it here, boys, and allow you guys to get in on this because this is big. Top two defenseman. I want to get somebody who's not older than, what's his name? That's not older than Jamie Benn and Logan and Shattenkirk, because that's kind of our age group right now. Ryan Ellis is freaking full potential. What the hell? 86 overall. He's 86 overall with 4-star, and he's got a salary of $8.45 million, and he's got full potential status. What the hell? Oh my God! I don't know how he's got 5-star in every category somehow. I do not know how. But honestly, I think Nashville should trade that guy away right now, where that trade value is skyrocketing. Holy crap! So let's go to the bottom of the list of the trade value here. Is Cronwall? He's too old, right? 36. Yeah. You know what? Hang on. Let me just max age. Let's go 30 years or younger. All right. So we get him for at least 5 years. 29. There you go. 29. All right, so here are the 29-year-olds. Let me just go 30 and let me see if it does. No, okay. So Erik Karlsson wouldn't be a bad idea. 27 years old, 1 year left. All right. Justin Schultz, Edmonton. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Offensive defenseman. So we get offensive defenseman. I mean, we're getting a lot of offensive defensemen on this team here. Aaron Ekblad, no. Eric Johnson, defensive defenseman. All right. Dmitry Kulikov. He's a top two defenseman at 85 overall. Holy crap. Drew Doughty. All right. 27 years old. 2 years left. $7 million, though. I'd love to get my hands on a Drew Doughty. Ryan McDonough. Oh, Ryan McDonough's got such a nice salary. 4.545. Oh, man. Ryan McDonough, left-handed two-way defenseman. Drew Doughty. All right. You know what? If we're going to go big, let's try to go for one of these big guys. I mean, I can go for Erik Karlsson or Schultz. They're what's it called? Their trade value is a little bit lower, but McDonough and his damn salary is just perfect. Doughty is a little bit much, $7 million. They're going to ask for $7 million in 2 years anyways, but I can get 2 straight years with McDonough at 4.545 and then free up cap space in 2 years. That's perfect. So Ryan McDonough, let's see if it's at least possible. All right, let's just see if it's possible. So if I'm going to give up Ryan McDonough, we're going to have to give up Vlasic. Yeah, so at least they want Vlasic. That's good news. All right, and then we go Shattenkirk, Falk, Fowler, Dillon, and Honka. You know what? Let's just see if they have another defenseman on this team with basically no trade value. 2 years left, no. McIlroy, 25 years old. Defensive defenseman. I could use this guy on the bottom 6, right? Defensive. You know what? No, I don't want to do that. Because I was thinking I can trade away, like, I go with McIlroy, and then I could go with, like, what's his name? I know you guys want Honka instead of Falk. I mean, instead of Fowler. So we could go Fowler as well, right? Oh, but then it's too much salary going back the other way. Never mind. Can't do that. Can't do that. So we're going to have to hold on to Fowler. All right, so Vlasic. Let me see here. Vlasic. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Let's see how much Nylander brings in. Nylander, look at his trade value. It hasn't even the game realizes now that he's not going to get that much better, right? So Nylander, there you go. How much? There you go. And Silfverberg. So really don't think we're going to be able to trade for McDonough because the salary cap involved is just way too much to deal with. Let's try Drew Doughty here. Doughty, 2 years left, 7 mil. All right, so Doughty. Vlasic, Nylander, Silfverberg. Yeah, I would do that because Silfverberg can be replaced by our depth. Nylander, he's not playing. Vlasic is being replaced by Doughty. Do they have another defenseman that we could get? And then I could also give them Fowler. Like, no, not Bieksa. Delorier, 81 overall, 26 years old. Let's see this guy. Defensive defenseman. 3.5 star for defense. 5-star physical category. All right, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad one to try and get Drew Doughty in this biatch. Forbert. 2 years left, 4-star potential. Oh, let's see this guy. Defensive defenseman. No, he's not really. He hasn't gotten that much better yet. Bieksa, Muzzin, 1 year left at 3.845. Jake Muzzin. That might not be a bad one, just for like the top 6. Because if I want to throw Fowler in here, right? Like if I throw Muzzin and then I go Fowler. Hang on, let's see. Fowler. He's got more trade value. But now it's way too much cap going back the other way. See what I mean? This cap, trying to figure out this cap going back the other way is a pain in the ass. So I'll take Silfverberg off. Vlasic, Nylander, and Fowler for Muzzin. Nah, that wouldn't go through. You can't add like a Jake Muzzin in that. It's way too much. So let's try Ottawa with what's his name? Carlson. All right, so Carlson's trade value is a lot lower, but I think they have they got a lot of cap space. Hang on. Let me just let me see if this helps it at all. I mean, you know what? Maybe we don't have to make a trade in this video. Maybe you guys could help me out because we've already gone 20 minutes. I want to make that trade for the top 2, but it's a lot of salary cap moving around. That's the problem, right? McDonough would have been nice, but you're going to have to give up an arm and a freaking leg to get one of these guys back. So Ottawa, let me try Carlson again. Yeah, now they have a cap available. So Carlson, let me see. So if we're going to give up Vlasic, he's got 1 year left. Vlasic and Fowler. Yeah, do they have any other defensemen they could give back the other way? That wouldn't be a bad, just a replacement on the third line. Weircock, 2-way defenseman. No, he's more offense. I wouldn't mind just getting a defensive defenseman back there. They really don't have much defense on this team. Jesus. Yeah, they don't. Cody Ceci. Let's see this guy. For the top 6, he's got the Red Star potential. Oh, 91 overall for defensive awareness. All right, hang on. Let's see this. Maybe I can get Cody Ceci in this. All right, because Fowler is worth more than Ceci. So you're dumping Fowler for a younger player, all right, who can play top 6 right now, and he's got a good contract. Carlson, obviously, Vlasic. All right, let me just look this up. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so you're going to get your 6 defensemen still. Right wingers. Blah, 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 blah. So let's see if Silfverberg wants to go back to Ottawa at all. There you go. And is there anybody else I can trade away here for all skaters? Let's see. Let's just see if there's anyone else. Nylander, yeah, that was the one, right? Yeah, Nylander. All right, so I'll throw Nylander in there also. So, yeah, this actually is looking like it could possibly go through. Might have to add something else, but Vlasic and Fowler for the 2 defensemen, so you're getting replacements right there, right? A devoted top 6 to play alongside of either, what's Dillon, right? And then Honka moves up top 4. Carlson moves into the first-line position with Shattenkirk. 2 right-handed players, but that's okay. That's not the end of the world. All right, yeah, that's good. So CC gets taken over by Fowler, so that's not a problem. Silfverberg and Nylander, they're getting the 2 super Swedes of the future. Well, I mean, Silfverberg is right now, but Nylander, they're getting the player of the future. And we're also trading these guys to the east, so we don't have to deal with them. Yeah, I think that's a good deal. I don't think it'll go through, but I'll try it out. Vlasic, Fowler, Silfverberg, and Nylander for Erik Karlsson and Cody Ceci. Will it go through? No, still not. I figured that as much as that. There's no way that was going to go through. Harding, my center, I still want to hold on to those prospects. Even though Harding, I don't think is going to turn into much. 20 years old, and he's still 56 overall. You know what? I can give up Harding in this, and I might be able to get a draft pick back. Oh, no. They don't want to give up. Let's see if they have any potential players that would be less than Harding that I could pick up. Pumpel, 24 years old, 76 overall. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad pickup just to snag them up. Oh, there's actually a few. Hang on. Let me grab these guys. Yeah. Kirkland, there you go. So I'll try to just get this one Kirkland guy. If that doesn't go through, I'll try it without him, all right? So Vlasic, Fowler, Silverberg, Nylander, and Harding for Erik Karlsson and Cody Ceci. Will it go through? Nope. All right, let's see if it'll go through just like this. If this doesn't go through, we might have to say goodbye to the top 2 defenseman idea. Jeez, there's not really much else I can give up here. All right, yeah, this is basically everybody right here. So will it go through for Erik Karlsson and Cody Ceci? Will it go through? Yes, it did. On behalf of the Ottawa Senators organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. So, big freaking deal. Blockbuster trade for the San Jose Sharks right there. We brought in our top 2 defensemen, and we got rid of some plague players like Cam Fowler. We wanted to be our offensive defenseman of the future. Instead, we've turned it into Erik Karlsson, 27 years old. So, now you got Karlsson, 27, Shattenkirk, 28, and you got Logan, who is 28, and Jamie Benn, who's 28. So that's the team that you go forward with. Those 4 players, all right? All we need is the goaltender situation to come around, and you basically have a team now. So let me just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to go any farther in this video. Cody Ceci is actually listed as a top 4, so that's pretty good. And this is where, we can bring up Sabatka, we can bring up Brendan Lemieux, we can bring up Fraser McLaren. I'll bring up these guys, and then we can also use these guys in the offseason. All right, but we got to get to the offseason first. So there you go. There are the lineups right now. So Kucherov, Couture, and Ben. Gallagher, Pavelski, and Wheeler. All right. Dwight King, Brodziak, and Palmieri. And Lemieux, Lewis, and McLaren. So you can see how the 3rd and 4th line now really don't have any offense, but I just want defensive players. I want to keep the puck out of the net. I'm hoping that our first line and second line is enough to get the goals. All right, so you guys can comment on our offense. Let me know how you guys think it is. Defense, Shattenkirk with Erik Karlsson on the first line now. Much better defense, much better. Now you have an almost top 2 with the top 2 on the first line. So maybe even Shattenkirk does jump up to 88 overall if he has a really good season. Then you have a really good defensive core. All right, then you got Honka with Justin Falk on the second line. I think everyone's fine with that. And now our devoted top 6, Dylan and Cody Ceci. Both guys have 1 year left on their deal as well, or 2 years left on their deal. So that's perfect right there. And goaltender Chiarelli. We're not going to do any simulating in this video. We're going to end it right here. If you guys have any suggestions about the power play, all right, there it is. Penalty kill, all of that stuff. We really want to get off to the right start this year. Should we go with Logan, Pavelski, Ben, and Brodziak or not Brodziak, but Logan, Pavelski, and Ben, our 3 best players? Should we use them to kill the penalty this year? All right, because last year we didn't, and we didn't make the playoffs last year. And then goalies as well. What should we do with the Ernest Chiarelli and Ryan Miller? Should I just leave goalie rotations off and run with Miller, or should I give Chiarelli the first month and see how he does? A lot of questions, but I want to make the playoffs this year, boys, all right? So no excuses. With this team, I mean, we've given up basically all of our prospects. With this team, we should make the playoffs, all right? No excuses. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.